You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. This week, we've been hearing from the Rosamunde Summer Music Academy and Festival. We've welcomed distinguished guest faculty to the studio, a commissioned composer, the co-founder, and artistic director, but now we get to hear from a couple of the students, beginning with a 107 live performance by cellist Logan Smith. A little bit of Bach live in the Classic 107 studio from the unaccompanied cello suites. We heard the prelude to the cello suite number 1 in G, played by Logan Smith. Logan, that was really fantastic. Good job.
Thank you.
How did it feel? Have you ever performed on the radio before?
No, this is a first for me.
Well, you did a fantastic job. You've joined us here in the studio alongside your sister Ava and mom Hannah. You're all involved in the Rosamunde Summer Music Academy and Festival. Logan, is it something you've been involved in before? Have you been part of Rosamunde before?
Yeah, this is my first year going to the camp.
And how has it been so far?
It's been great. Just the experience with different teachers. It's been lots of fun.
Now, let me ask you this first. Who do you study cello with here in Winnipeg?
So I study with Yuri Hooker, the principal cellist of the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra.
Well, obviously, he's doing a great job teaching you because you're playing really, really well. Speaking of principal cellists, I mean, you study with the principal cellist of the WSO, and earlier this week, we welcomed Blair Lofgren to the studio, who's the principal cellist of the Quebec Symphony Orchestra, one of the distinguished guest faculty. Have you had the chance to work with him at all yet?
Yeah, I think I had one master class with him the other day.
And what was that experience like?
It was really good, just seeing different styles of teaching.
What did you play for him?
I played a concerto by J.C. Bach.
Oh, no way. We're keeping things in the Bach family. One last, two questions for you. How long have you been playing the cello?
I've been playing for 8 years now, I think.
8 years? And how old are you?
I am 13.
Oh, wow. So you've been playing for most of your life. And it really, really shows. You're doing a great job, Logan. Let me turn over to Ava now. Ava, you just got to hear your brother perform in the studio. I'm curious, what instrument or instruments do you play?
I mainly play the violin, but I do a lot of chamber music on viola, so I kind of switch back and forth.
How long have you been performing on the two instruments?
Not very long. I kind of did some viola during Rosamunde, actually. That's how I started kind of getting introduced to it. And then they're kind of always needed for chamber music, so I got to go with some friends to do some concerts and started doing that and really enjoyed it. So
it seems like, I mean, I don't think this is always the case, but very often it's a violinist who moves to viola in order to make chamber music happen. It sounds like that's exactly the case for you, right?
yeah.
It's such a vital component in order to fill out that chamber music sound. Obviously something that you're passionate about then is chamber music, right?
Yeah, that would be my favorite part of Rosamunde.
Well, can you tell us more about that? What's it like making chamber music with a whole bunch of people who are also interested in chamber music over a week?
It's you like prepare all your music beforehand, and then you go there, and then you get to like put it all together, and it's just so exciting hearing like you hear like recordings of it, but then you play it all together with other students, and it sounds really cool.
Yeah, it really comes alive then, right? I mean, it's one thing to hear the recordings, and I mean, I say that as a radio host, but to hear a live performance like Logan just gave in the studio, it just adds a certain special quality that you don't get when you just listen to it at home.
For sure.
So how long have you been performing as a violinist/violist?
I started when I was 5 for violin, and then viola would have been 4 to 5 years ago, I think.
And how old are you now?
I'm 17.
You're 17. So which program are you enrolled in at Rosamunde? Because there are several, and I'm assuming it's not mini Rosies.
No. No, I'd be in Core 1.
So what's a day look like for a Core 1 participant?
So we mostly start off with technique classes or viola class, like intro to viola classes in the morning, and practicing. Later on, you do like master classes with different teachers, and then near the end of the day, it's either orchestra or chamber.
That sounds like a full day of music making.
Yeah.
I would imagine you're also working with Elise Lavallee then in terms of viola study?
Yes. Yeah.
And so, I mean, for those who haven't made that switch or who, maybe just enjoy classical music, but they haven't played an instrument themselves, I can't play violin or viola. What's it like navigating that difference?
Well, the biggest difference would be like the size and definitely the clef. For us, we start in treble clef and then got to figure out how to read alto. So that kind of takes a bit of an adjustment.
It's not easy, for the record. If anyone hasn't read alto clef before, it's totally different.
Yeah. And then sometimes the weight, you feel like just a little bit heavier and sound, it's just different. You got to adjust some of your technique to make it sound really good. Yeah.
Now, I want to swing the mic over to you, Hannah. And first off, I want to give you the chance to proud parent on air because Logan did a fantastic job performing.
Yeah, I'm super proud of my kids. I know they were nervous coming in today, but I just think it's so great to share music because that's what it's about.
You're a musical family. You yourself are a pianist.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about the importance of music in the household?
Well, music in my life has come a full circle. I didn't go into it as a career in university. So I've told my kids, music isn't just so, we're not choosing a career for you. This is for your life. And that's the great thing about music is it doesn't matter what stage you are in life. You can come back to it and you love it all during your life, not just in the first 15 years or, of education, right?
Yeah.
And if you didn't do it, then you can't love it anymore. You can't play it anymore. So I've been encouraging my kids to just look at it holistically and look at it in the long term, that you'll love it.
And like you say, I mean, it isn't a career path that you pursued, but yet it's been something that's continued with you throughout your life because
Absolutely.
You can offer a really unique perspective for those listening because not only are you a parent of 2 participants in Rosamunde, but you're also part of the faculty.
Yes. Yeah, I've landed in there, and it's been rewarding on both sides. The first few years that my kids were in Rosamunde, I just dropped them off and wondered, okay, what are they doing? And as a pianist, I really don't know the strings world or
Right.
the orchestra world. And so I'd hear from them what happened during the day, what orchestra was like. And now, being one of the collaborative pianists, I get to work with one of them, and then the best part actually has been making letting them play with other pianists.
Yeah.
Because they would be so used to having me at home.
Now, I know you've also done a little bit of logistics work with Rosamunde, and Ava just kind of gave us a little rundown of what it's like being a core participant. But just looking at the programming, I mean, there is the core program, there are the mini Rosies, and then there's also the pre-professional program. I would imagine for all of the students and the faculty as well, very busy days over the 5 days of Rosamunde.
It is very busy, just even at the venue at CMU, which is beautiful to be there. Rooms, and there are occasions where kids can't find rooms. I think there were kids practicing in an elevator once.
Oh, no way.
Or the hallway, like partial hallway. And then the pianists working with all the kids, and all the pre-professionals had their schedule. Cores have their schedule. And actually, there's 2 cores too.
Right.
So then there's a bit of movement there, and then the mini Rosie started on Monday. And that's a whole nother level of little kids just, watching them and getting them. But it's been very, very rewarding.
And on top of all of that, there are also performances that take place. Yesterday, the first of the faculty concerts, another one coming up tonight. Tomorrow is the second of the student concerts that are going to be taking place. Ava, Logan, are either of you going to be participating in the student concert tomorrow?
Yeah, we have our solo performances. So, yeah, both of us will be in.
What are you going to be performing, Ava?
I'm playing Oblivion by Piazzolla.
Oh, no way. Such a good little bit of tango goodness.
Yeah.
And what about you, Logan? What are you going to be performing?
I will be playing the J.C. Bach Concerto.
Oh, no way. Are you looking forward to the performance? It's supposed to take place outdoors at the Leaf.
Yeah, the venue was it was beautiful. So, yeah, it'll look really cool.
Now, fingers crossed that the weather holds for you. That's the one thing. I don't think playing the cello in the rain is a good idea, is it, Logan?
I don't think it's good for the cello.
I don't think it's good for the cello either. Probably not good for the player. But tomorrow, open to the public, taking place at the Leaf. That's 145 The Leaf Way in Assiniboine Park. Bring a lawn chair. The core participants are going to be performing as part of the Rosamunde Summer Music Academy and Festival. All in all, it sounds like it's been a wonderful week for all of you. Enjoy the rest of Rosamunde, everybody. Thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.